tip my hat to the Hornets. Charlotte Hornets to me made some good draft picks. Probably not doing too much with like the roster from G League as far as signing guys. I do like Nick Jr. Excuse me, Nick Smith Jr. I feel like he has some NBA potential as far as what he can do in isolation.
Almost
So
like
that
a
wouldn't be a bad pickup.
almost like
Mhm.
a Tyrese Maxey. Almost seemed like more he has a more complete
Yes.
half-court game, but he doesn't push the ball like Tyrese Maxey can. But a little bit of similarities, not quite Tyrese Maxey because Tyrese Maxey can get up and down the court with the best of them. Um, but I mean, I did like what I saw from Nick Smith Jr. And then, like you said, Brandon Miller. I think we spoke to him last episode, but just a guy that has a lot of potential. Seems like he was gaining confidence as well. So I think he'll do well this upcoming season. But I would say, man, I feel like other than the draft, man, we really ain't do much. I feel like we kind of took. I mean, of course, we're getting Miles back, but
With that's what I was about to say. With that re-signing of Miles Bridges, I feel like that is to me, I'm confident enough with that base that we're gonna be better than last year. Being a Hornets fan, you gotta kind of settle for improvement. If it's a
yeah.
literal, if it's an elevation in any sort of way, I'm happier than last year.
Do you,
So
do you feel because PJ is still? It seems like all reports are pointing that he's gonna pretty much just sign this qualifying offer for a 1 year deal and then hit free agency next year as just a unrestricted free agent, now restricted free agents next year.
mhm.
Think are we? Do you think we are undervaluing PJ? Or we just have his right value? Or do you think we need him for next season and moving forward?
Need him? I do. As far as the availability of a guy that does what he does at the age that he's at, I mean, if we let him go, believe me, somebody else will sign him and give him some decent money. PJ it is to me a necessity, an asset of the team. We get to the next level with PJ and other pieces. Now, do they need him? I need him as in we can't. I say they need him. We need him.
I
I
agree.
can't think of another guy. Yeah.
I agree. 3-point shooter, stretch big. I've seen this man play actually play solid defense against Jokic 1-on-one
Hmm.
in crunch time, and actually gave Jokic some problems. That may just be a one-time thing, but PJ, gave him all that he could. Pause. But I think, yeah, man, PJ is definitely a player we need. A guy that's very versatile. He dropped like 40 something, even though it was against Oklahoma City. I mean, the guy got you like 40 some points last year in the game. So he's definitely capable of scoring when needed. Sometimes it can be inconsistent on the offensive end, but like I said, I just and people kind of look at him and Miles as the same player. I think they're totally different. Miles is more of a wing player that can play the four. PJ is just a versatile big that can play the 4 and the 5. Can play on the wing
Hmm.
a little bit as well, and is a very versatile defender. Like PJ can pretty much guard uh, the wings from the big man. I don't want to say 1 through 5, but I'll say 2 through 5. He
Two
can
through five. Yeah.
depending on who's that two guard, but I think it's a necessity to sign him back. When you look at the roster, you got LaMelo, Terry at the 2. At the 3, I'll put Miles there. At the 4, I'll put PJ. At the 5, I'll put well, of course, Mark Williams gonna be there. And then you're looking at possibly Gordon Hayward coming off the bench, which is cool for me. He's getting paid a lot to come off the bench, but it's last year's deal. So you got Gordon, Brandon Miller, and then Thor's the 4 man, and that's what I'm not confident about. I don't want Thor as my 4 man coming off the bench unless he's shown some improvements. And we got
Yep.
Nick Richards, who definitely, and that's the guy who I felt like last offseason, like, why did they give him why did they resign this man? But he's shown like great improvements and showed that he's a solid rotational big man in this league that can start some games for you. But the only thing we're missing is his second point guard on the team. And that's the only thing that's why we don't have PJ yet on the team currently, and then that secondary point guard. That's my own concerns about the team.
Yeah. I hope, especially with the new movements that they're kind of making with ownership and things like that. I'm hoping for them to shake some things up here soon. As far as the roster is concerned, even more than even more so. So I think it'll take some time, but we shouldn't be sitting here this time next year having this same discussion. You get what I'm saying? It should be something that they're able to do.
Yeah, I think so too. Like, depending on what they do with Terry and Gordon's contract, they should be looking for, create some space somehow. And it's who knows if Gordon and Terry will be on the team at the beginning of the season this year. So that'd be interesting to
Hmm.
see. Maybe they can package those guys for like an all-star caliber player if one becomes available. But who knows what the future holds when it comes to that. But currently they are on the team. But like I said, I know Terry can play the one, but I don't want Terry as my one, not somebody I got constantly depend on, especially since I mean it's Melo. He has shown that he can get injured. I won't call him injury prone, but he just hasn't shown a full season yet. But a great talent, and I just want like I wish we would have kept Dennis Smith Jr., but apparently he wanted a bigger opportunity with Brooklyn, so I can't be mad at him for that.
Oh, good for him. Good for him.
But
No, that's the guy that's been working on his game.
yeah, and for him, I just hope he doesn't just he keeps grinding. I felt like he was in a good situation here. Defensive minded coach Clifford, who will give you minutes if he sees you showing effort on the defensive end, which he did. I mean, he knocks it down some big shots as well. I liked him on the team. He brought a certain type of tenacity that we were missing. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Now we also forgot about the Martin twin. He's another guy that's going to come off that bench unit. So team's not definitely not looking bad, and we missed him for majority of the year. Missed Lamelo for majority of the year. Missed Terry Gordon. Like we missed. It was a lot of injuries last year for Charlotte. A lot of people don't realize that. So adding Miles back, hopefully we can retain PJ. I think we make some marginal. I could say with being healthy and then adding the young players in the draft, I think I can agree with you. I know I kind of took the long route there, but we definitely did make some marginal improvements. I'm just concerned about that point guard position.
And that's what I'm saying. On a smaller scale, we can look at some other teams because again, I feel like it's some